Hi, today we're going to be having a look at the Vemotion Encoder. I've opened mine up onto the welcome screen. I'm just going to run through a few of the features and options that are going to be available to you once you start using your encoder. So the first tab is the Projects tab. So we're going to click on that drop down. You've got new projects. You can open current projects or saved projects, as well as save the project that you are currently working on. So as you can see, the next Profiles tab as well as the Options tab are grayed out. This is because your encoder is currently encoding. However, once you click the Stop Encoding, you will see that these are now available for use. So we're going to have a look at the Profiles tab for now. If we click on the drop down, you see that you can add a profile, edit, clone or delete a profile from this drop down. For today, we're going to be adding a profile. So here you can see create a new encoder profile. It's exactly what we want to do, so we're going to click next. Now you've got your source screen. So we're connected to the Vemotion video server. We're going to click on the format button, and here you would have the output. This video stream output will be your camera's output into your encoder. As you can see, you can set the compression, the output size, or the frame rate that you'd like to have there that's going to suit your needs. So let's click OK on that. If you have got audio, you can tick the checkbox and set your audio up as well. Let's click on the next button. Here you've got the video encoding options. You have got different codec options you are able to use. We're currently using H.264. However, you can select H.265 from the drop down menu. You can set your video bitrate, you can set your frame rates, and if you would like a custom video size, you can simply check the checkbox and set up the sizes that you'll be needing. Let's click on next. Here you can select your profile name. This is the profile name that will appear in the profile list. So we recommend using something that can easily identify the profile for once you have a few of them on there that you're going to be using. Select the next button, and here you'll see a summary of the profile that you've set up. If you're happy with it all, click finish, and that there is how you add a new profile onto your encoder. Next, we're going to have a look at the Options tab. So let's click on the Options tab, and the first option is the output page. Here you'll be able to select the server that you're pointing towards, the port you're going to be using, their encoder ID. If you'd like encryption, you can check your SSL box. You can set up your network connections, as well as if you'd like the time and date overlay on your video. On the controller tab, you'll see all the cameras that are connected to that encoder. Your video tab, the first thing is video renderer. This renderer is used for converting or encoding the raw image from the video server into the encoded video that's going to be sent to the streaming server. And you've got use windowless rendering. This would only be used with certain of your options, the VMR7 and the VMR9. You can select the zoom levels to fit. You can allow users to change cycle input options. You can use hardware to encode. And then you've got data saver as well, really good function to have on there, as well as your max video buffer. That is set in seconds and will be the max amount of video that can be held until it rebuffs. You've got your audio tab where you can enable push to talk. You've got your profile setup, and here you can see there is quite a list of them on ours. You can set up these profiles so when you start saying auto decrease, it will go down the list of profiles as you have them set on the list. In your general tab, you've got start encoding on application setup. This is ticked by default. You've got PTZ control. You've got always on top options example, where it will make sure that the screen is always going to be the main screen on your desktop. You've got use VSP for media data, which is also something that's just going to help you save a bit of data or stay within the bandwidth regulation while streaming to give you a better image. If we go along to your location tab, you can enable GPS on them so that you'd always be able to see where your device is. Then you've also got an events log that you could turn on or off, and you can just say which events you're kind of going to want to monitor more. And that there is the options tab of your encoder. Once you have gone through these steps of editing or creating a new profile, changing of the options, you need to be ensured to save your project. To save your project, click on the project drop down, click the save project button, and those changes will be saved.